Brennan, Cottage Lane Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to share with you another one of the beautiful sets from the 2017 Occasions catalog. This one I'm primarily going to be using the die cut. It is called Stylish Stems, and it comes with beautiful flowers and leaves, and it's on page, let's see, yeah, 42 of the catalog. You can see that. It has these beautiful flowers and verses, and a couple of the little die cuts that you can stamp. You can use them individually. There's two that are the same shape that you can layer. There are two different shape leaves, and one that has just negative pieces, or two of them, and two different flowers, and then also a stem. And the stamp that it goes with is called Special Reason. Excuse me. And it has the leaves and the stems, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And there's a little story with this card. I had started out making this box, which I'll show on another video, to sell as a kit. And when I had made it, I didn't really I liked the cards that were in it, but I just didn't think they went with it. So in the middle of the night I came up with another idea, of course. And so the next morning I got up and made this card to go with this box. So it's kind of like the horse behind the cart, or the cart before the horse. So anyway, I'll show that in another video. But today we're just going to make this. It's a very simple, sweet card. And the sentiments I'm using are not the ones that came in this set. I wanted something a little different. And this one I think might get a little overlooked, but maybe not. It's called Sweet Sentiments. It's got a bunch of different ones. Congratulations. This thanks, when stamped out, will fit in the little envelope from the Love Notes templates. I love it when you have dual uses for that. I think this airmail one will fit in there too. And there's an Easter one, and just some good general ones. So we're going to use the Hoping Your Day is Perfect for this one. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to start with a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock scored at 4 1/4. And we'll set that aside, and then we are going to use, I just love this paper. It's from the fruit basket from the annual catalog. It's got these beautiful fruits on one side, and I just love this variegated polka dot colors in here. I believe this is Flirty Flamingo. And when you punch out the die cuts on this set, like this flower here, it will only cut out this part. It won't cut it out of the paper totally. And when I first used this, I had a little bit of trouble on something else, layering them and lining them up again. So what I did, I took the outline, the framelit, lined them up, and I don't know if you can see that. I just made a couple little marks with my Sharpie where they lined up, so that it would be easier for me. That way I can line this up on the bottom of the paper, or to the bottom of, say, this, and I know where exactly, oops, say here, line them up here, and that way I know exactly where to line this up when I wanted to cut. And I found if I cut this first and then line this up on top of it and cut it, it went easier for me than to do it the other way around. May not be the same for you, but it was for me. So from this fruit basket, this piece of DSP is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and the one, the layer on top of it, is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I'm going to go die cut that for you right now, and I'll be right back. Now I have to tell you, when I die cut this, the pieces on this particular die cut, they just fall right out, so I didn't really use like the precision plate or even the brush, the die brush. So anyway, that's cut out. And then we are going to use our sentiment from here. Let's see, which one is it? Everyone needs a friend like you. And let's see, use this block here. Now sometimes, this one sticks pretty good. Sometimes if your clear blocks are not sticking very good, I use a little bit of just, what do you call it? Hand sanitizer, and just put a little on there. Oops, I dropped down my card. And then I wipe it off with an old rag that I have, an old washcloth. So that wasn't too good. I'll have to recut that one. So it helps them to stick a little bit better. I'm going to clean off my block too. Keeping your blocks clean also really helps your clear mounted stamps to stay. And I like it better than trying to use adhesive of some sort. So, and we're going to stamp this in our archival basic black. You could use Memento too, I just prefer this one. I'm going to stamp it right about here because we're going to put a little ribbon at the bottom. That way. See if I got any on my fingers. Look pretty clean. Okay, good. Usually I end up getting them all over my hands. So then we're just going to layer this on here. Where's our snail? Here we go. You'll notice I left about a 3/4 inch border on the top and the sides there for the flower when I die cut it. And this is go right there. And then I also have some left, some retired DSP. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was in last year's catalog. It's kind of a flower effect. It's an irresistible one. It just has a little bit of a shimmer to it. And just to give it a little bit more interest. And you could also use a piece of embossed cardstock. There's a lovely one that with leaves in it that's in the catalog. Can't remember the name right now. Sorry, I should know that. And I think, let's see. Yeah, I used dimensionals on this one just to give it a pop. And when I cut this, this is 4.5, or yeah, 4 1/4 by 5.5. I cut it just a smidge smaller. Got a piece of hair on here. Just to give it a tiny, tiny border and to make it easier to line up on the card, basically, on the card base. Get these off here. There we go. And then I put some dimensionals on this. And I've probably mentioned it before, but if you're new, when your dimensionals get down to this, don't throw this away. You can use it on little pieces or just the sides or something like that. They're still usable. So every inch of your dimensionals is usable. There is no waste on these at all, except for this back piece that you throw away. So I'm going to take these off here. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. I need to do my ribbon before I attach that. So this ribbon is from the Sale-a-Brations catalog. And just a reminder, the Sale-a-Bration ends March 31st, so you have just about a month left. And there's also an insert that, little notes to myself, where 3 additional things were added on February 21st. So this beautiful glimmer paper, this Cheers and Hooray stamp set, and then also the Make a Medallion stamp set. So those you can all earn free with a qualifying order. And this ribbon is on page 11, right there. It's called Metallic Ribbon Combo, and you get 2 rolls, one with silver and one with gold. So if you buy the stylish stamp set, let's see, the bundle, the bundle is $45 for the clear mount, $53 for the wood mount, and you save 10% when you buy the bundles. You add some dimensionals to that, you get your $50 if you're buying the clear mount, and you can pick out anything free from the Sale-a-Bration catalog. So it's a really good deal. And also, if you're thinking about becoming a demonstrator, this is the best time to do it, because normally it's $125 to sign up, and that's for your starter kit. And right now it is $99 and the shipping is free, plus you get to choose 2 stamp sets, 2 extra stamp sets free. So we're going to tie this here. And look what I did to that. I should not be talking and working at the same time. Let's see. Here we go. Get this lined up on the front here. And wrap it around the back. Got a little bit too much ribbon here. I'll cut some of that off. There's my adhesive. Well, obviously I didn't get it in the right spot here. There. Now, here's a tip. When you make a mistake like this, we have these wonderful adhesive erasers. So I'm just going to take that adhesive off from the back with my snail off of here. Nice and smooth. Well, and you could add this for your extra 40 to your bundle too. These are nice to have on hand for times like this. I don't know how many times I've used this. There we go. There we are. And now we can put our front on, or this top layer on. We got all the things on the back. Just kind of angle it at it so that the corners kind of line up here. And we're going to take a little bit more of this. I have found with this ribbon, you want a little bit extra when you're tying this, because this ribbon doesn't like to stay tied as well. It's kind of bouncy. So you just need a little extra to give it a really good pull so it stays, and then just trim off the excess. And there you are. I just love that card. It's so beautiful. And I made for the set, let's see here. Oh, I just remembered one thing. I put a little sequin in there. I store my sequins in, this is a spice jar that I found a spice rack on the garage sale and put my sequins in there. And I can just dump out a couple in the lid and throw the rest back. And now I need a glue dot. Put this on here. Find my paper piercer and put that right in the middle. Now it's finished. You see that? I just love that. And then I'll put a sentiment on the inside too. When I made this set, I also made 2 cards in blue and 2 cards in green. And different verses. So the other, let's see, it's one of the same ones. So the other pink one says, hoping your day is beautiful, and it's from the same, or hoping your day is perfect. It's from the same Sweet Sentiment set. So if you bought the Sweet Sentiments and the bundle for the stylish stems and special reason, you would more than qualify for your free item from the Sale-a-Bration catalog. Let's see, was that it? Oh, one more thing. On my envelopes, I just took one of the stamps from the inside, and I think I did that. Yeah, I stamped it on the inside too, so we'll do that real quick. But I like to decorate the envelopes when I can. So this we used Flirty Flamingo, I believe. Nope, wasn't that. Pink Pirouette. That's what it was. And I'll get my stamp set out here again. I used the little one. And I found, let's do the leaves. There it is. I'll set that aside for a second. I found when I did the leaves first and then the flower, it worked better. Because when I stamped the leaf on top of the flower, it didn't look as nice. So we'll do a couple of leaves in the corner here. I'm just going to 1, 2, and that is some Pear Pizzazz, and then my flower. There. Now, it's all ready for my sentiment and my greeting and to send off to a friend. So I have started my own little kind of ministry. If you're new, I've told you before that I'm a widow, and so like on Valentine's Day and birthdays and birthdays of the spouse and their anniversary, I will send cards to widows. So for all and Valentine's Day, and I also send them at Christmas, and just sometimes they're all alone and they tend to get forgotten. So anyway, all the supplies and measurements can be found on my blog, cottagelanestamper.blogspot.com, and I'll have a link in my video to my blog. So thank you for stopping in. Take care and God bless you. Okay, we are back from cutting now. Oops, I forgot one thing. Just a second. Alrighty, I forgot my die brush. So these tiny, can you see these tiny little leaves? There we are. They came out pretty good. I probably don't need to use a die brush on this too much. But I'm going to, one of them, there's a couple little pieces in here that'll come out. Oops, got stuck in my brush. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. I'm going to poke this one out because they are so tiny. I don't want to get caught up in the brush. There's one. There's another. Okay. Now the die. What did I do with the die? You might need it on the die to get some little pieces from behind. This one looks like it came out pretty good, pretty clear, so just set that over there. Get rid of that. And now we are going to need to use it on the flower. The flower is like a two-step process. Like I said, first I cut this out, the framelit piece, because when you just use this, all it does is it doesn't cut the outside, it just cuts the inside, so it's a beautiful effect. I love that. But it is a two-step process, and then you have your little flower kind of stuck in here. You can use your paper piercer to poke it out, to coax it out, and it comes out easy, or you can use your die brush, whichever you prefer, and that'll loosen it also. So, and oops, look at, I have to redo this because my flower, I got a little too close to the edge. So let me recut that and I will be right back. So I said before that I usually like to cut out this piece first and then this piece. Well, maybe that was a mistake. So I've cut out this piece and now I'm going to frame this. That's why it's called a framelit. With this, and my little marks I made will fit down here, and I just need to line it up. Oops, sorry, I'm out of camera range there. Line it up and then you can see where your border is. So this is probably a better idea. Voila, perfection. Ha! I love it when an idea works. So we all learn by our mistakes, and we all like to share them with you so you can avoid making the same mistakes we do. So here is the stitched framelit that I'm going to use on my white background here. So, and I'm going to trim this down just a hair. Like I said, I cut it 3 by 3, so I think I'm going to cut off like maybe 1/8 of an inch all the way around. We'll start with that and see how it works. Let's see. There is 1/8 of an inch. There. Let's see how that looks. I like that. So we're going to glue that down. Use a little combo. Whoa! Our glue dots are being rebellious. They were being ignored, and they're not happy. I love these stitch framelits. They were so popular when they came out in the catalog at Christmas time. And we ran out of them. But they are back. And then we have this other stitched framelit piece left over from the center. And this little one from the border that we could reuse if we wanted to. I am going to hang on to this one. I just love this paper, and I love the stitch framelit look. So we are going to put that there. Then, let's see. That's good. Oh, I know what I forgot. One step. I forgot one tiny piece, and that is the flower that goes behind this. So I'm going to go and cut that out of this same DSP. So one more piece of DSP that is 3 by 3. I'll be right back. And we are back. So I forgot I had this little piece behind here. So we're going to use some of our Tombow. I'm going to get my silicone sheet out here because it's going to be a little bit, I don't want to make too much of a mess on my tabletop here, so we're just going to put a few dots here and there. My sister-in-law started making these boxes to give as gifts to friends, which is a great idea. My mother is 92, lives in assisted living, still doing pretty well on her own. I lost my dad last year. He was 91. And I had a conversation with her yesterday. I said, oh, you know, it's my sister's birthday, Nancy, next week. And she goes, oh, I have to go get her a card. I said, Mom, don't you have all those cards that I gave you? Oh, that's right. I'll have to go get them and set them out so I remember about them. Then she goes, I don't know if I'm going to remember when to send birthday cards. I said, well, you know what you can do is just, we're going to attach this with a dimensional. Make out cards for the month or the year, however you want to do it, month by month. You know, put them in the envelope. You don't have to seal it. Then right up in the upper right-hand corner when you need to mail it. Oh, that's a good idea. So I said, then you have them all done and they're all sitting there and all you have to do is pop them in the mail and put some postage on them. So I give her a bunch of cards. I just let her pick out whatever she wants. And we're going to attach this. I think I'm going to put my little leaves on here first. And then she's got however many cards she needs for the year. So what am I doing with that? I'm going to put just a little tombow on here. Oh, you know what? I just thought of a wonderful idea, which I didn't do. But if you take for these really, really tiny, tiny cuts, what I'm going to show you is a trick. Just take some of your tear and tape and put it on your cardstock here. I'll put, I don't know, 3 pieces maybe, because I'm not sure where these are all going to lay. And then you do your die cut. I'll show you how slick that is. Hang on.